Welcome to a special preview of Master English Conversation version 2.0. This is the Masterclass video lesson. To learn more about this powerful speaking success video course, click on the button at the top of this video. Enjoy! All right, well, hello and welcome back to another edition of the Masterclass video lesson. And today I have my friend Shannon Lefebvre. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, that's perfect. Actually.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So he has a kind of funny last name. Can you spell your last name?
It's Lefebvre.
Okay.
So, French Canadian.
French Canadian.
Don't hold that against me.
But where are you living now?
I'm in Nagasaki, Japan.
And where are you from?
I'm from Australia, born in Sydney, but raised in Darwin in the north.
So you can see that he's an interesting, eclectic mix of lots of different things, French Canadian and some Japanese influence now, but also from Australia.
Yes.
So our accents are a little bit different.
Probably completely different. Actually.
Yeah, they are quite different. You'll notice I'm from Chicago. Even people in America, we've all got different kinds of accents. It's really a huge country, lots of different influences, and so
West Coast, East Coast.
Yep, West Coast, East Coast,
the Midwest, down in the South. So I've been to quite a few different places in America, and I can tell you
where have you been in America?
Pretty much all over.
Oh, really?
So probably 32 states out of the
out of 50.
Yeah.
That's like more than me.
That's
I think
mostly more than most Americans, I dare say.
Yeah. I bet so. Have you been to Alaska?
I haven't been to Alaska. So Alaska is one of the definitely the places I really want to go to. So
it's on the list?
It's on the list. Well, I got a lot of family up in the west coast of Canada, Vancouver.
Oh, really?
So it's not too far of a, sort of little hop, skip and a jump just to get to the up into Alaska from there. So,
I see. Yeah. Well, anyway, today, so this month we're talking about music. You got to listen to a conversation I had with my older sister who is a flute teacher. And I also learned some things about her that I didn't know, so maybe my memory is I'm losing my memory, I guess.
A little hazy?
Yeah, it's a little foggy, I suppose. But when I was younger, I always assumed she was playing the piano for like a long time, but she wasn't. My younger sister, I knew she was a piano player as well. But so anyway, my older sister is a flute player. And since we're talking about music this month, I wanted to talk with my friend Shannon here about some musical experiences in his life. He's a big fan of singing. He loves to go to karaoke.
Well,
karaoke.
I remember my birthday party last
year.
Yes. We built it out a couple of numbers. Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
This is a great song, and especially if you are a fan of learning English. One of the interesting things, the kind of different things about the karaoke culture, again, if you were Japanese, this would be karaoke. And the Japanese for that is open orchestra, if you didn't know what that meant anyway. So it's really interesting. We've got, coming from America, open orchestra becomes karaoke in Japanese, and then it comes back to English to become karaoke.
Yes.
But the interesting thing about the culture of karaoke in America is that what you usually have is like a bar or like a restaurant or something, and then everybody is sitting in one room, all the people eating or drinking together, and then there's one microphone, so you need a lot of courage or you need to drink a lot of alcohol or something, or be a great singer, I suppose, which most people aren't, to get out and really be able to do some things like that. So in Japan, it's all little boxes.
Little
and
boxes.
Your own.
It's family and friends, so it's a little not as intimidating.
Sure.
It's very, very open and very, very friendly.
Yeah,
and,
it is a friendly thing.
And,
people bring you food.
Everyone gives you a little clap, even if you're really bad, and
And they have some instruments.
Yeah. Tambourines, and they got the little air guitars, and
it's like a 2D. It's like a paper guitar. You can like pretend to play the guitar in some places. I thought that was really interesting.
It's kind of funny, when you do something like that. They really get into it, and everyone's putting 100% effort into it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I go there for the singing. I don't really go there for the the air guitar and stuff like that. But
I think
everyone to their own.
Good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to each his own.
Yes,
really. But tell me about the first time you went to karaoke. Do you so you've been in Japan longer than I have.
Yes.
You've been here like 12 years or 13 years or something like that, on and off?
Yeah, no, on and off probably for about 16 years.
16 years.
But in total, probably around about 7 years now.
Uh-huh.
So, I remember the first time I went to karaoke very clearly. it was with an adult class. I was teaching a conversation class. And I rock up into the lesson and they're like, okay, we're going off to a snack bar now. Let's go. And I'm like, okay.
This is men and women?
Men and women. Yeah, it was a group of, business friends and stuff like that. And their philosophy of learning English was not, okay, let's hit the books now. It was more like free conversation. Let's do whatever we feel like. Make it fun and make it interesting. So it was like an amalgamation of people just enjoying how to talk English with each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, great.
So we went off to a bar and they're like, okay, I want you to sing something for us. And I'm like, look, it's not like karaoke today. Karaoke today, you've got all the latest top 40. You've got all the
all the new songs.
Yeah, there's rock, there's pop, there's R&B. There's pretty much a full spectrum of the singing genre, right? But in the old days, 15, 16, 17 years ago, you had only the songs from the 60s and the 70s.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. No, there was nothing new, man.
Oh, I had no idea. I'm kind of newer to the karaoke scene.
Seriously, the only choices you really had was Elvis Presley, the Beatles.
As far as like foreign music goes.
Seriously, no, that was it. The Beatles and Carpenters. And
the Carpenters.
And that was, and like they sing the Carpenters for me. And I'm like, I barely even know the Carpenters, let alone a song from the Carpenters. But
sure. Well, if you're not Japanese and you're watching this, the Carpenters, it's an American band. It's I think they're husband and wife. It's a husband and wife team.
Yeah.
And they're singer-songwriters.
It's like ballads.
Yeah. So they produce ballads. There's lots of different genres of music. And a ballad is kind of like a love song. I'm like singing about how much I care about you and all of these things. But one of the reasons they're popular in Japan is because their music is really slow.
Yes.
It's clear. It's easy to understand. This is the Carpenters. You can get this, but a lot of students listen to this in English classes in Japan, so everybody knows Carpenter.
And unfortunately, she died
really
young. You didn't know?
No, like
anorexia.
Hey, really?
Yeah. So she was one of the first stars, singers, actresses to actually fall frail to obviously eating disorders. So,
really?
And that was back in the 70s. So yeah. So a little bit of
music trivia there. Why did how did you can ask your friends, how did Karen Carpenter die?
Oh, is that what her name was?
I think Karen Carpenter.
Okay, fair enough.
I think.
Anyway, that's before our generation.
Sure,
so,
sure.
I don't know if you ever heard about the Carpenters before you came to Japan.
I think I had heard some of the music of the Carpenters, but I didn't know who produced it.
Oh, okay.
Like what's that? What's the one song? When I was young, I would listen to and I listened to that in school, and I've heard that before. I know I have, but I don't know the people who produce a song.
It's interesting, every school, like junior high school, elementary school, I guess even high school in Japan, they've got their song at the end of the day, or even the town, they've got the 8 o'clock song in the morning, or the 5 o'clock song in the afternoon. And the one in my town was called I Know, and which translates as Love Field Town. It was Yesterday by the Beatles.
Sure.
Every day for the 3 years that I lived there, I listened to Yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. So it was.
I went to there was a grocery store. I think it's still in Omura where I was living before. Yeah. When I first came to Japan, it was a small grocery store. It was where I started practicing my Japanese, actually.
Okay.
And every Wednesday they had a sale. And guess what music they played? You'll never guess.
I have no idea.
Just take a wild guess. Guess.
Michael Jackson Beat It.
No, not Michael Jackson. They played the music for Indiana Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I was in there shopping, and I don't know why they picked it, but I felt. I don't know. I was like, I want to shop. It's like dun, 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 dun,
so it gave
grabbing my bananas and stuff.
Well, I guess it was a marketing ploy.
I guess. They had to pick something.
Yeah, to use your your subconscious to obviously have to buy more stuff because you felt, I guess, adventurous? Or,
sure. I could see that working more in an American store, but a small Japanese place that people would know. I mean, I know Indiana Jones is popular, but I could imagine more popular.
Well, but if you go into a lot of the different supermarkets and a lot of the different department stores and stuff, they're all playing music.
Sure, I mean, they're all like music.
You know?
Music is everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like there's always like some kind of thing, but I don't,
At Mr. Max, they play when the
What's
Saints. Mr. Max is a big department store.
Where is that?
Oh, there's Nagasaki.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Max.
Mr. Max. There's one in Togitsu and one.
Really?
One up.
I need to get out more. Right?
Anyway, they play when the Saints.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then at the end they put their own little spiel on it, and then when the Saints have Mr. Max. So it's like
the Saints have Mr. Max.
They've butchered the song, but it's still got a catchy rhythm, and
sure.
Even 10, 20, 30 minutes after I've left the place, I'm still humming that bloody song. It's stuck in my head, right?
Like
it's
Mr. Max.
It's like subconsciously, like it's locked in. So, What about concerts that you've actually been to?
Concerts I've been to, wow. I'm trying to think of some more intimate kind of concerts I've been to. Actually, there's a singer I really like called Rufus Wainwright. You probably never heard of him. No. He's been in like a couple of movies and done songs, and like you probably heard some of his music before. But I really like his music, Rufus Wainwright.
Wow.
And it's actually not bad for learning English because he has a kind of like a really like nasally kind of voice like me. He's like it's like but like it's like a very
pretty easy to sing along.
Well, yeah, I mean like he has a really distinctive voice.
Okay.
And
so voice you can really
I mean like as soon as I heard it I was like, oh, like I really like the song, but there's some really good songs. It's actually not bad for learning English.
Okay.
So I mean it's he has some slower ones that it's not like the Carpenters, it's not that easy or that obvious, but really good stuff. So I saw him. Actually, that was it was one of those things. Have you ever had this happen to you where you're thinking about like, I really want something to happen, but I don't know how it's going to happen, and you just kind of put the idea in your mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I really love to see that guy in concert, but I never really I just kind of put the idea in my mind.
Didn't do any action.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it's like clearly he's like popular and touring, and I'm sure I could like find him somewhere or whatever. And then I was looking on Craigslist, and I was talking with my sister last month in the Master English Conversation Masterclass lesson video about that, about how she used Craigslist to find some kittens. Because she's looking for some kittens. We were talking about pets last month. And I was looking on Craigslist when I was living in Seattle, and there was a woman that had posted like, I've got 2 tickets to a Rufus Wainwright concert in Seattle.
Okay.
And I was in the bathroom, and I was like, looking at my phone. I was like, oh man, like that's awesome. So I mailed her and actually like met her and got to go to the concert, and yeah, I just like met a new person like that. It was weird.
Excellent.
Put yourself out there, like whatever you like. Don't be fearful of meeting new people. Think about the experiences you want to have, and like even if you don't know exactly how it will happen, get out there and like figure out some way to do it. And
actually, I had a lot more chances to go to concerts while I've been in Japan than Australia.
I've been to a few myself. What have you seen?
I went to a Madonna concert.
Ah, really? Where was that?
Fukuoka Dome.
Oh, really?
And I mean, it was huge. It was
sure.
60, 80,000 people.
Wow.
And I mean, she was doing the whole, the full song list, like, from her early stuff to like,
Oh, it was a really nice mix of stuff.
It was great. I mean, she sang a lot of her classics, a lot of her earlier songs, and then
Did she have an opening act?
No, she didn't have an opening act.
Really?
So it was the longest concert I've ever been to, like about 3 hours.
Wow.
So every time she left the stage, like they're like screaming for her to come back and stuff like that. So that was really amazing. Another interesting thing that happened to me. One of my students, adult students from when I lived in Oita, his son is a famous guitarist.
Really?
Yes. And we went with his father to one of his concerts, went backstage and had some eats and drinks with some of the other band members and stuff like that. Got introduced to the crowd as the father and the 2 bodyguards. So there was two of us foreigners with the father.
Yeah.
But and at the end we went to a restaurant and we got mobbed by some of these girls and they wanted their
signature?
No, not the signature, but our patch and backstage passes and stuff like that. And I was a bit stupid. I was like sort of overawed all these young girls coming up to me and like, I saw you, la la la, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, touch me, okay. and
you're a rock star.
No, well, I mean, she asked for the pass and I gave it to her, and then I kind of regretted after that. I wanted to keep that. as a memento, or as a sort of a souvenir or something like that. So, but I was young and silly, and sort of like affected by women a lot more than what I am now. So.
Well, yeah, it does happen.
Yes.
It's happened to the best of us.
So no, not a lot of musical talent from me personally. I do like singing.
Nor myself.
Yeah, I guess when I was younger, my mother made me do a little bit of piano and organ and stuff like that. And I didn't like.
You played the organ?
I played the organ.
Like a church organ?
No, not a church one. It was more like a rock and roll organ where you could change the tempo and
like a synthesizer.
Yeah, synthesizer. Put in some backbeats and.
Oh really? Oh, like an electric keyboard.
Yeah, but you could do the oboe and the flute and the drums, and you could it sort of make your own little. And I enjoyed but there wasn't really anything
So it didn't take.
It didn't. Yeah, I wanted to play sport.
Ah,
when I was younger in my generation, sport was the man's thing, and
sure.
Playing a musical instrument was the girls. But I think today society is a little bit more well-rounded.
Sure.
I think when you do have children, you realize they need to have a little bit full-rounded sort of learning experience, and they need to learn how to sing, and they need to go to
I think it's a good experience to
learn
get
guitar
all that.
and piano and stuff like that. So yeah. When you start young, if you can do something musically, then that will keep you in good stead for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll let my friend Shannon go, but you can say bye-bye to everybody all over the world is watching this.
Yep, thank you very much. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you again. And
he'll be joining us. I love talking to Shannon. He and I always have a good time. And I'll be back in just a moment with the special mission homework assignment all about music and really going deep for this month. Bye-bye.
See you later.
All right, and here we are at the special mission homework assignment for this month. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Shannon, and it's a really interesting chance for you as well to listen to the differences between our accents. Remember that how you sound is not so important. It's a nice thing to have a native British or American or Australian accent if you want that, but it's more important for you to focus on basic grammar. So get that down, make sure you can speak properly, and then worry about things like pronunciation practice so you can sound a lot more native. Well, the special mission homework assignment for this month is actually quite easy. What I want you to do is, using music, find some new CDs or MP3s or videos or anything like that on YouTube and really listen to something over and over again. But I want you to go deep with it. I want you to really master something. And in this case, I want you to find, even if it's just one song, but find something that's pretty popular so you can listen to the music and actually watch the video so you can see how people are moving around, you can see their lips moving. And another really good thing you want to look for when choosing a song to practice. So again, just take one song. If you have a lot of free time and you want to listen to more things, find a whole album. So an album is like one CD. So whatever you're interested in doing, I want you to find something that's really popular that will give you chances to listen to other versions of the same song. One popular example is 99 Red Balloons. You can hear the German version of this, or there are many American versions of this song, but it's really interesting to hear other people or other bands singing the same song in different ways. So just like you get to hear people on Master English Conversation, you get one English sentence using different grammar points or different grammar tenses, and you also get to listen to something using different voices. So you want to diversify. This means to listen to lots of different kinds of things, but take one content, one piece of media like a song, and then listen to that in many different ways. So watch the video, listen to the song over and over again, listen to different versions of the song, and you will really find yourself enjoying that music a lot more. One thing you should do before you pick a song is to read the lyrics. So whatever your song is, however you want to practice, I don't want to tell you a specific thing, but find something that you can read the lyrics first so that you're already listening for key words. It's difficult if you start with listening first and then try to go back. So again, that's why you can do the same thing with Master English Conversation. We have 5 different lesson sets, but you can go through them in any order you like. So if you want to go through the vocabulary lesson first before you listen to the real conversation lesson, that's a great way to practice as well. It just depends on how you like to practice. If you like to challenge yourself more, begin with the real conversation. So the same thing this month for finding some piece of music that you like, but make sure you find something that's popular so you can listen to different versions of it. You might hear the acoustic version. This is like just using a guitar or just playing the piano and singing. This is without having like electric instruments like an electric guitar. So find some popular music that you like, read the lyrics, listen to the song, watch the music video, and really go deep. Really master it just like you're doing with these lessons here. Every time you listen to something, even now, there are songs that I listen to and I didn't know that before. I will find something that I just didn't realize was there before. So just like these lessons, every time you listen to them, every time you go over and back and repeat, you'll find new things that you learn, new phrases that come out, and this is how you build your fluency. This is how we build our fluency in our own language and exactly how you'll do it in English. So find some songs and tell me what it is you're practicing this month so I can tell other students what you're practicing. And really think about finding something fun, and if you can do more than one song, that's fantastic. So do at least one song, find something that's interesting with music videos available, and then tell me what the song is. Well, have an excellent day. I will see you next month with a brand new Master English Conversation. We're always trying to do new and interesting things, so if you have any questions at all, or if there's anything you'd like to see, this course is all about you. A lot of the techniques I'm teaching here, it's the same thing I use every month to continue building my Japanese fluency. I actually like Japanese pop music. I like a band, actually it's a girl, J-pop. It's a little bit embarrassing actually, so don't tell anybody. Her name is Otsuka Ai. If you're Japanese, maybe you know who this is, but I really like I get very excited about the music, but it's kind of difficult to sing if I try to. So everything I use in these lessons, it's the same things I'm using for myself to build my own fluency in Japanese. These are all just really practical ways of getting out and practicing your fluency. So get out, find your music videos, and tell me what they are. Have a great month, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.